Meantime, we're also going to spin things forward here. 2017 is a new year. You were talking about how the Cleveland Indians were the big story for you in 2016.
Cavs.
Cavaliers. The Cleveland Indians, I think, could be the big story in 2017 because I believe that the Indians might be in position to end their curse and win a World Series. They have so much talent on that roster. Think about this. They were so short-handed, and they take the Cubs to extra innings in Game 7. Well, when we see them again, we believe we will have a fully healthy rotation. I mean, they were only pitching with, 3/5 of their rotation. You had Andrew Miller for an entire season. You now have Edwin Encarnacion. You're going to have Michael Brantley back healthy, we can assume. This Indians team, I believe, more than any other team in Major League Baseball, should be the favorites going into the season. I realize the Cubs have everybody coming back and a healthy Kyle Schwarber. They had so many guys who had career years. I just can't see them repeating. Doesn't mean that they can't still win a World Series, but I really believe that the Indians, with one of the best managers in baseball, I know the Cubs do too. I love Joe Madden, but I really love Terry Francona. And I think this is the year that the Indians, after seeing the Cavaliers win a title, after seeing the Cubs win a title, it's their turn.
Yeah, and I know for that fan base, you certainly hope so. It's just hard to get all the way back to the World Series.
It is, but we saw the Royals. Yeah, we saw the Royals do that exactly.
They did do it, but just because they did it, then everybody else thinks that they want to do the same thing. It doesn't work like that. But the Indians,
now the Cavaliers did it too, though.
They're built like that. A little different in the NBA. Wouldn't you agree? The NBA, most top teams are there kind of every year.
Still, but for them to go back. Yeah. Back-to-back years.
Look, you're right. It's happened. It could happen, and I know the Red Sox have gotten stronger, and people are going to look at them and worry about Chris Sale now with that team. But the Indians adding Encarnacion is a huge thing, and like you said, as long as Francona is there, they're going to play the game the right way, play hard. I wouldn't be shocked if they're back there. For me, something I want to see in 2017, and in the NFL you see this all the time, right? The elite quarterback conversation. Guys, can they get it done in the big spot? And it was years ago with Joe Flacco until he finally went on a Super Bowl run. Eli Manning goes on 2 improbable Super Bowl runs, and then he becomes, an all-time quarterback. People start to put him on that level. Rodgers, Roethlisberger, Breeze got his Super Bowl. You look at a guy like Matt Ryan, who has had great success immediately in the NFL from his rookie year on, but he struggled a little bit in the postseason. Now, Matt Ryan, to date, is having his best season of his career. 34 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 4,600 yards, leading the best offense in the NFL. A guy who's been in the postseason a lot in his career, lost an NFC Championship game at home. They've gotten upset at home a lot of times in games where they were favored. It'd be nice to see Matt Ryan finally put it all together in the postseason because, Michael, this guy is everything you would want as a franchise quarterback. He studies hard. He prepares hard. He's a great guy on and off the field, great teammate. He deserves better than the results that he's had in the postseason. And maybe this is the year for Matt Ryan and the Falcons to finally put it all together off of his MVP-type season in the regular season and to finally go on a run and get that elusive Super Bowl come postseason time.
How confident, though, are you that they can make their way through the NFC playoffs?
I'll tell you this, more confident than I've been in years past, even when they were a 1 seed, because you look at the landscape of the NFC, I mean, anybody could win that thing. I would worry about Aaron Rodgers because of his pedigree, and I think Aaron Rodgers is the best player in the league, as we said, I think we talked about yesterday or the day before. But right now, when you look at the way the NFC is set up, the Seahawks aren't as good as they used to be. If the Falcons win Week 17 against the Saints, they won't have to even go to Seattle. So
that's the key, and that is
the key. The only place they would have to go would maybe be Dallas if both top seeds win and advance that far. So I think of all the years, this is the best chance for Matt Ryan and the Falcons to finally get to the Super Bowl.
I don't have any questions offensively with this team. When they're on, and they're as good as any offense in the NFL. Defense is, I guess, where I have some concerns. Yeah. And guys who haven't been, maybe there's some questions about guys who just haven't been there in those big games. And you can say that, obviously, about the Dallas Cowboys and their young guys, too. But at least they do have a leader, an experienced veteran in Matt Ryan there. Look, it would be great. It would be great to see.
He's one of the good guys. It's easy to root for a good guy who works hard, who plays well. It's just he's been short a couple of times in postseason. That's why I want to see Matt Ryan have some success in 2017.
And we're going to see them right now, the way things stand, they would play the Giants. Right, the first week?
Is that right? No, right now, the way things stand, they would have the bye. They would be the 2 seed.
Okay, so then they would have to play the they would play the winner of the.
Well, it depends, because if the Redskins, say the Redskins or Lions are the 6 seed, they beat the 3 seed, then they would go to the 1. So it all depends on seeding, which is going to be determined come week 17, of course. But all Atlanta has to do is win this week. They are the 2 seed. Sit back and wait for your opponent in the divisional round, which would be obviously in the Georgia Dome.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll see what happens there in 2017, and. It'd be fun if certainly both of those came true.
Yeah.
That's for sure. A lot of fan bases.
A lot more things.
A lot of fan bases that aren't used to having to worry about celebrations and victory parades and things like that, right?
Yeah, right.
It'd be kind of cool to